Welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Todd Duplantis. Thanks for watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We're here most Tuesdays at 1 p.m. when HCC is in session. If you don't get a chance to watch us live, you can always go back and find us under Houston Community College District. Look for our YouTube channel. You can subscribe and get notifications when new shows like this are posted. And you can watch the rebroadcast of this show and all of our shows on HCC TV. You know, one of the lessons we learned from the pandemic was how quickly the employment market can change and how important being able to learn skills quickly can also be. Today, we're talking about HCC's Agile learning options. First up, we're joined by Dr. Michael Webster, a common guest on the show, also the AVC of Workforce Instruction. Good to see you again, Mike.
And thanks for having me, Todd. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
First off, people may be hearing Agile learning options. I know that's a catchphrase, but tell us what that stands for.
Well, you know, it has to do with getting training that you need to upskill or reskill yourself to meet the demands of the market as it is right now. And HCC, we're leading the way in that forefront.
And we're focusing on high demand industries. What are those industries and how do you go about identifying them?
Well, you know, the high demand industries are those that have the jobs that are in demand, but we also look at wages. So we want to have high skill, high growth, high demand jobs that pay well. In demand right now, I mean, we continue to see the boom in construction. Some said it was going to dip. It didn't. There's still tons of jobs available in any construction craft. IT is huge. I mean, obviously we needed it in the pandemic. Cybersecurity is booming right now. And interestingly enough, Houston is ranked right now as the third fastest growing tech hub in the nation. So this is a place to be for that.
You know, you mentioned jobs because there's a lot of talk right now, especially over the last month, about an imminent recession that we're headed into. But it sounds like the industries you talked about just now are really recession proof because those construction jobs are going to keep out there. That construction is going to still going on because there is a housing shortage right now. And, you know, cybersecurity, that's always going to be needed. You know, tech is also going to be needed. Those are jobs, it seems like they are recession proof, and it was proven during the COVID crisis.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, those definitely, but I would also add to that healthcare. I mean, healthcare jobs are in demand right now. Obviously, we're all always in need of healthcare. All of the 20 plus programs we offer, those folks are getting out and getting jobs really quickly. The other area to look at is transportation. In fact, during the pandemic, that really increased in terms of demand across the board. I mean, auto tech, CDL drivers, logistics, all of that in transportation has been strong.
I know you also deal with a number of advisory boards. Maybe you can tell us about some of those and how they really shape in how you shape your curriculum, but also the type of jobs that we train people for.
Yeah, I mean, the advisory boards are subject matter experts from the field. They consult with us at least 4 times a year just to give us a pulse of where we need to go as an institution. You know, the biggest one I can think of, an example right now, is in automotive. That advisory board has been talking about EVs and the need to have training on EVs, the need for tech in the systems. I mean, all of that stuff. So those are key.
And you also provide something for students called micro-credentials. What are those and how does that work?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd get to that. We're really excited about this. We just launched our micro-credentials. So they're bite-sized pieces of our courses that give people the skills they need to advance in their career. They're short-term. Several of them are online. We started with IT and business professional services as our first courses out of the gate, but they're just short-term, quick ways to increase your skills and advance your career.
Are these some of the programs that are also in our fast track training program as well?
Yeah, we sure do. So, you know, the fast track training program is really about entry-level jobs and hopefully to get you in there for free. I mean, there's a lot of scholarships and dollars available to get you in free. Some of those are short enough that we can classify them as micro-credentials and add those to the portfolio.
Back to the recession question, if we do go into a recession, we're going to face a situation where a lot of people, unfortunately, are going to be losing their jobs. Maybe their jobs will be cut and in many cases not needed anymore. Do these programs offer people who are looking, maybe who are midlife, looking to change careers? Would these be good programs for them to get started in the second half of their professional life?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The one that sticks out in my mind is project management. Just about any field uses project management as a skill set, and you can quickly advance your career as a project manager or add to the career that you're in by having that skill. It's definitely a way to upskill yourself, or, as you said, recession-proof yourself.
If you are a person that's maybe looking to change careers and maybe just not making enough money in your current career, you have some college credits, or maybe even you have a degree. Do your advisors work with people to help direct them to a new career that's suited for them based on what they have as experience?
Yeah, we sure do. I mean, we have a number of tools online that help folks assess what they want to do or how they want to change. We've also increased our advising capacity. So we just added an additional 40 advisors across the system that specifically have learned about our centers of excellence so that they are equipped to give that advice about changing careers or the career options that we have available through our training.
I know with the fast track training program, all of those are provided or paid for by grants. Do you have financial aid and grants available for some of these micro-credential programs you're talking about?
Yeah, some of them follow into the same bucket of grant funding. So we've got numerous TPEG. I mean, I can name off all the acronyms, but there's definitely dollars to get trained right now. I've said it for about the last 6 to 8 months with the pandemic, all the money's coming into the state. If there's ever a time to get free education, it's right now. So it's a good time to come back to school.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that exact question because we've talked about that before. It's a great time to go to a community college because there's so many funding options. A lot of people may think, well, the HERF funds are no longer available, but it sounds from what you're saying that there's still a lot of dollars available to help fund your college.
Absolutely. And, we still have our traditional funding streams as well. So, our scholarships from our foundation, the workforce board dollars that have come in, our adult ed dollars. If we can't find you some money, there's a problem with us more than there is with you. So we'll help you get there.
Dr. Michael Webster, our AVC of Workforce Instruction. Stick around because we're going to be back with you in a second. When we return, we'll learn how HCC is helping students communicate their new skills to potential employers. Stay tuned. The topic returns in 60 seconds.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis. We are live this Tuesday afternoon on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We're live just about every Tuesday at 1 p.m. with this show. You can also catch all of our shows and all of our content on our HCC TV or Houston Community College District YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to it and you'll get notifications when we post these shows. And the rebroadcast, you can always find it in social media and on HCC TV. This afternoon, we're talking about HCC's Agile learning options for people who are looking to advance their career or in many cases, start a whole new career path. We've been talking with Dr. Michael Webster, AVC of Workforce Instruction. We're now joined by Dr. Brenda Quintanilla. She is the Regional Manager of Innovative Instructional Technology and Learning Services here at HCC. Welcome back to the show, Brenda. Good to see you.
Thank you, Todd. It's great to be back. Appreciate it.
So we want to talk about this because it kind of intrigues me. What is a digital badge and how does it help our students?
So basically, Todd, a digital badge, it's a new type of credential that allows a student to show specific skills that they've gained through learning experiences. Basically, the intent of a digital badge is to accompany the completion of a certificate or a pathway. They're primarily awarded to show completion of a program rather than just an item. And the really great thing about them is that they're digital. So a digital badge is an icon, but it's not just a static image. It's a web-based image that you can click on. And it basically contains identifiers that are called metadata. And the metadata includes information such as the institution that's awarding the badge, data behind it, what the student did to earn the badge. And so that those who click on the badge can see that it's verified by HCC and it shows their accomplishments to earn that badge.
So this more or less gives them the credentials inside. And I imagine you can attach this to a resume digitally when you're sending it to employers. This gives potential employers a deeper dive to verify the student has everything they need for the position.
Right. I mean, basically, the students own that badge and they can decide how they want to share it and who they share it with. Typically, it is with potential employers. You will see this usually attached to social media sites like LinkedIn. They can put it onto a digital resume. They can embed it in an e-portfolio. And currently, HCC is contracted with Credly, who's the badge provider that we're working with to distribute the badges. Basically, they just show successful completion of programs. And so it verifies specific information and it just shows that they have the skills and the criteria that it took to earn that badge. And it gives the learners a way to show their abilities online and quickly.
Dr. Webster, I want to bring you back in the conversation. When you're meeting with the advisory boards, is this something they value when they are looking over our students to see if they have the certain qualifications they need?
Yeah, I mean, so IT used to be the one that really looked at badges as the way to go, but we're seeing more and more that other industries are picking it up. In fact, I just saw that, one of the largest certifiers in construction, NCCER, is now looking at badges as an option. So it's definitely taken hold because it's so easy and it's portable and folks can find the skills that have been acquired online.
I mean, it seems like IT, this is a natural, using it for IT trade, but, construction, maybe plumbing to show that you have certain certifications, electrician. Do you see it being more widely being used as we move forward now?
Yeah, and there's other programs like the state runs the wastewater program. You have to get passed through the environmental services group, so TCEQ. So, we see it as an opportunity to brand ourselves with that certification when we put out a student that has passed that training. And so, I think there's a lot of sky's the limit right now with the digital badge.
Yeah, Brenda, I hate to say it, but this is kind of new to me with the digital badge. I'm on LinkedIn quite often because I post a lot of content on there, but I can't say that I've even thought of the digital. It's brilliant. How long has this movement of establishing these digital badges and having them accepted in the job marketplace, how long has that been going on?
Well, actually, digital badges are not a new concept. They came about around 2012. There's an open badge consortium out there that has been awarding badges. IBM has been awarding badges for quite some time. And currently at HCC, we're developing these badges to attach to the micro-credential workforce courses that are being offered through Dr. Webster's program. Right. And as he had mentioned, we're in the process of marketing those programs, and we hope to be able to award some of our badges to our graduates pretty soon.
And I guess creating them isn't as easy as just creating the artwork and giving somebody a badge. From what you're saying, there's a lot of data when you click on that badge where this person can be verified. This particular person gets verified that they have those credentials or they have that certification, correct?
That's correct. Yes, we do go through a process to obtain data from the departments that we put behind the badge, the metadata, what they actually require for students to show completion. And then, of course, we don't just award the badge without verifying that they have completed all of the courses to actually graduate from that program. So all of those steps have to be met before a badge is actually awarded to a student. But once they've completed everything and shown that mastery, it's very easy to award that badge to them, and then they can share that with people they think would be beneficial for them to see.
Are these badges very valuable to the students? Do they all know about them? I imagine they want to get them as soon as possible, right?
Well, as I had mentioned, we are just starting to advertise digital badges. They're primarily going to be marketed through the micro-credentialing workforce program currently. But once a student earns it, it's theirs to keep forever. They never lose that badge, and they can build on those badges as well. So they always have them in their digital backpack, and they can share them as many or as little as they want to, depending on the types of positions that they're applying for, and even to advance to four-year universities. These badges can be transferable in different ways, so not just in workforce, but also through education and advanced education.
Sounds like you guys have a lot going on. What other things are you working on in teaching and learning innovation, Brenda?
We have a couple of things coming up. We have a digital storytelling seminar that we're advertising for faculty right now. Instructors are learning how to integrate storytelling into pedagogy, but also integrating 21st century things like video conferencing and video editing. In the summer, we're going to be launching a Canvas Teams OneDrive integration. And so we're going to be providing training and videos for that. And then we're also going to, for faculty, to look in the fall for some academies that we're sending out for leadership, mentoring, and professional development. And then for our students, we want to invite you all to come to the XR labs we have on campuses throughout the district. We have virtual reality equipment, 3D printing, vinyl cutting. Those are all open labs, just like an open computer lab where you can come in and experiment with innovative technology. So come visit us in our XR labs on the campuses.
Well, when you get some of those digital stories from our faculty, let us here at HCC TV know about that, because we'd like to feature some of them on our shows.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you both for being here today and enlightening us on the program and the digital badges. It sounds very exciting. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we'll hear how HCC helps businesses get the most out of their employees. The topic returns in 60 seconds.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live this Tuesday afternoon, as we are most Tuesday afternoons, 1 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube. Find us as Houston Community College District across all social media platforms, including LinkedIn, including Twitter, including Instagram, and you can also find us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll let you know when we post our new shows. If you don't catch the live show, no problem. You can always watch us in social media and the rebroadcasts on HCC TV. This afternoon, we're talking about HCC's Agile learning options. You know, many corporations in Houston are dedicated to helping their employees succeed and hope to promote from within. HCC's corporate college exists to provide ways to do that, tailored for each business's needs. They're also playing a huge role in our new resiliency initiative that was announced at the State of a College event earlier this month. We'll talk about that as well with Corporate College Director Jennifer Holmes, who now joins us. Good to see you, Jennifer.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
First, for people who may not understand what exactly is the corporate college, maybe you can tell us what you are and what you do.
Yes, although we are a part of Houston Community College, what we do, our services are unique in that we focus directly on the business community here in Houston. Our client is the business, although individual employees are beneficiaries of the training. The shape of what we deliver is based on workforce solutions that our company leadership is looking for.
Do we have a menu of programs that we offer to the businesses, or if a business comes to you and said, I have this need to train my employees in doing X, and it's a 6-week course, can you do that? Do we do both? How does that work?
Yes, we do both. We are guided and directed based on what it is our business, and we call them our business partner, is looking for. We have specific areas that we train in, but we also have all of the resources across Houston Community College utilizing our centers of excellence. So we sit down and we listen to our clients, we hear what it is they're looking for, and then we draw from all of the resources across the college. We also have our own team of subject matter experts. We have an instructional design team. So based on what we're hearing from our clients, we develop a product to address a workforce solution for them. And it's generally to increase the skills of the workforce and impact their bottom lines.
So it sounds like each course can be customized and tailored to each business. Do you have a particular delivery model for these?
It's what we pride ourselves in saying. We customize our training. We deliver it where they want it, when they want it, and how they want it. So as I said, as we listen to them, one of the key factors in what we do and what shapes how we move forward with our product is that we're always cognizant and conscious of production for the company. Sometimes they can't pull everyone off the line. So we deliver our training. It can be hybrid model, face-to-face. We deliver on site. We can also deliver in any of our Houston Community College facilities for them. And so it is truly, truly customized. It's delivered at whatever shift they need to get delivered as well.
If people are wondering, what type of training do they do? Could you have a couple of examples that you could give to us? You can or may not mention the company's name, but something that you can give people an idea of how it works.
Some of them I can mention, and some of them we really are excited and proud that when the NBA decided that all NBA teams would be required to go through conscious inclusion training, we were selected by the Houston Rockets to deliver conscious inclusion diversity training for all of their 250 employees. The Houston Dynamo, we prepared those players to be prepared to deliver media interviews and also to have be able to just utilize standard language. We do a lot of manufacturing. Our key bulk of our training is manufacturing companies. We work with all of the chambers of commerce in Houston to help with small business. With their marketing plan, business plans. We do workplace languages. We work with our automotive companies. And so we have an array of products that we draw from and then customize it based on what the client needs. And if there is something that is unique that we've not offered before, as I said earlier, through our centers of excellence, we can draw from the expertise of Houston Community College faculty. Right now, we're looking at the electric car training. So we're going to be working, sometimes we reach out to third-party vendors to get training in Houston Community College and then push it back out to those businesses. So it's a very, very exciting area to work in.
Do your facilitators get a chance to maybe one day teach inclusivity training, another day teach marketing? Are they jacks of all trade in some cases?
So what we do, as I said, we have what we call, they're not adjunct faculty, but they are trainers. What our companies are looking for is not only do they want educational credentials, but they are also looking for hands-on industry expertise.
Right.
So we are constantly, as we speak, the team is interviewing individuals who have industry expertise, looking at all the possibilities of trainings that we may offer. And those individuals are positioned and ready, and we call them and do another interview to assure that they are a fit for our clients. We also have, sometimes there's a subject matter expert within the company. We can hire that person and bring them on as a trainer for Houston Community College through the corporate college.
Is there available funding for businesses that may be small and maybe need loans for this?
I am so glad you asked that. Through our partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission, I would love for our Houston community and everyone within the sound of my voice to be aware that there is $20 million available annually for businesses to train their workforce. For those larger businesses, they can receive up to $500,000 to deliver a one-year training plan for their employees. Generally, there is available $2,000 per person where they can train on skill sets that they need to do their actual job. For companies that have 99 or less employees, there's a $6 million pot of funding, and it's called the Skills for Small Business, where employees who have been with the company for less than 12 months can receive up to $1,800 in training, and those who have been with the company for a year or more can receive $900 in training. That is on an annual basis. I encourage those companies to utilize that to look at their whole overall training plan, and every year schedule their employees for some type of upskilling and training.
Jennifer, we've got about less than a minute left, but I want to mention we had the regional resiliency initiative that was announced by the chancellor at the State of the College. You guys are going to be playing a big role to help companies get their employees trained for natural disasters and preparing for any type of disaster events.
Yes. And so in some of the categories of training, and so I'm so happy you asked about the funding, because the funding that I just talked about, we can utilize that
for this,
for the disaster training. So we'll be looking at facilities and construction, medical triage, disaster case management, public safety and rescue, drones and the Internet of Things, HAZWOPER and debris removal training. And then we'll be starting off and kicking off with Resiliency 101 and certification, with the goal of all of our Houston citizens being trained in resiliency. We don't have to wait until we know there's an impending hurricane or disaster.
We're going to get a step ahead.
We will be prepared.
Jennifer Holmes, we appreciate you joining us. If you're interested, I know you are, in finding out more about the corporate college, we're going to put a link in our social media post where you can get more information. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thanks all of you for joining us on the topic. For more information in how to download the audio versions, go to hccs.edu/podcast. I'm Todd Duplantis. We'll see you next week.